Hi, and welcome back to the Student's Choice Podcast, where we look into the many paths you can take here as a student at RCBC. Join us as we investigate different clubs, programs, and activities through the lens of fellow students. It's always your choice,
your voice,
our RCBC.
Hi, I'm Faith Ortega, and I've been a student at RCBC since 2022. I will graduate in 2024 with an associate degree in communication arts.
And I'm Abby Crawley. I'm a transfer student here at RCBC, and I will graduate in 2024 with my associate's degree in communication arts.
This season on the Student's Choice Podcast, we'll focus on many RCBC clubs. Rowan College at Burlington County has a collection of over 40 interactive clubs open to all students. From music club to computer science club to biochemistry club, RCBC truly has it all. To dive in, we'll talk with a different club's advisor and student leader for each episode.
Today, we'll be discussing RCBC's Film Club. Film Club is open to all RCBC students looking to get involved with film production or even be on film. From script writing to acting to editing, Film Club is full of tasks to suit anyone's unique abilities.
Here with us today is the club's Vice President, Peter Wall, and the club's advisor, Brooke Mailhiot. Welcome, and thank you both for being here.
Hi, thank you guys so much.
Would you like to introduce yourselves real quick?
I'm Peter Wall. I am the Vice President of the Film Club, as previously stated. I have been a student at RCBC since 2021 in the fall, and I graduate this May with an associate's degree in communication arts.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Brooke Mailhiot. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm very excited. I am an assistant professor, the director of the chair of the Entertainment Technologies Department, and that encompasses two degree programs here at RCBC. We have a sound recording and engineering major, and we also have a video and digital media major. I was an adjunct here first, then I went full-time. I'm tenured now, and I've been here, let me see. This will be my 14th year here at RCBC. So very excited, love the school, love the students, love the community. And very excited to be on the reverse side of this podcast. So exciting. Thank you.
So I know you guys just mentioned how long you've been here at RCBC. Would you both like to go into what led you to RCBC?
This is going to be a very short, simple, but I'll make it as sweet as I can. Once I got out of high school, I literally live like 5 minutes from this campus. So I figured, if I might as well spend my first 2-3 years of college, going local, not spending too much money, but also getting a decent education in what I want to do. So here I went here, and the rest is history.
Fair enough.
That's excellent. I actually was living in Old City, Philadelphia, and I met my husband. He was from New Jersey, and I had been adjuncting at a lot of Philadelphia private schools, and I moved over to New Jersey, and a job opportunity came up at RCBC, which was formerly BCC, and I applied, and I got an adjunct position, and then just kind of grew into the position that I'm in now as growing our program, obtaining grant funding, and pushing forward for new curriculum, coursework, and I'm here, and I had been working really in the real world as a freelance editor. I was a shooter, cinematographer. I had done work for Sony Electronics and was touring around the world, utilizing prototype cameras and equipment. And I kind of moved when I moved to Jersey. I still did that, and I knew my passion was being in the classroom. And it just kind of led me here. I went and got my master's, I got my doctorate, and now I've been here and I absolutely love it. I love the students, I love the community, and I love my program and seeing the creativity that my students produce and see the light in their eyes every day when we talk about different projects and moving forward. And I love the film club and all the wonderful things that they're doing. So it's just wonderful that you guys are shining a light on such a fabulous program here at RCBC.
So I love that you both are smiling so wide when you talk about RCBC, and you both just look so happy. What has your experience been like so far here?
From what I can say, it's been nothing short of a blast. Because, what I do a lot of the time when I'm not working on class or film club stuff is usually I can just walk right into the SSC. And like over the years, I've gotten to know so many great, wonderful people, like my co-president included. And, they're always welcoming me with smiling faces, ask me, hey, you want to play foosball? You want to go out, grab something to eat? Or you want to sit here and talk a bit? And it's just, it's always a place where I can go where like, if I'm bored, I'm going to go to the SSC and chill a bit. And as the experience with classes gone, some of my professors that I've had just like a very lasting impact on me. And like, I've been in some really great classes, part of some really great programs. And it's just been one of the greatest experiences of my life.
I'm so happy to hear that you've had such a positive experience. That's awesome. It resonates with me kind of what you say, because exactly very similar feelings, that it's that community aspect. Not that I don't go into the SSC, of course I do, but it's even just walking around the community, being at the local supermarket or the local stores and seeing your students working there, or then, being ingrained into the fabric of the community, not just RCBC, but around the Mount Laurel and surrounding towns. It's just wonderful. And then having students come into my lab and collaborating together. And I know that that's one of the big positive things about the film club as well, is the huge collaboration, the creativity of the students that are here, and, bringing people in, just saying, hey, do you want to come and, write, or do you want to direct, or do you want to, film and be a part of it? And I think that is all part of that connectivity and, that happiness and the smiles and just being together and being able to coordinate and collaborate together. And that's a big thing of RCBC.
Speaking of the communities we have at RCBC, a big part of our communities are clubs. So would you both like to give your thoughts on the club selection we have here at RCBC?
Magnificent. Aside from the film club, obviously, as great as we are. Other clubs that I've seen around here just have these great communities, dedicated members, and just an overall just a fun and comfortable space they provide. Like, examples like the music club, big one, chess club, the Creative Writers Guild, a whole bunch of other ones that like I can't even name off the top of my head. And I've been to a few meetings, some more than others. I've been to a bunch of different meetings, and they've all been great experiences.
I kind of hear a lot about the clubs through the curriculum that we provide in our ETV classes. So one of the first things that we do in our 101 TV production classes, these students go out and do these mobile journalism stories. And I ask them, if you were working at RCBC in the marketing department and you had to shine a light on something that's going on around RCBC, what would your news story be about? So it could be a human interest story, it could be, something more newsworthy. And a lot of them pick all the clubs that they're involved in. So in different areas that I've been a part of on campus, I hear about them. So one that you had mentioned was the music club. I know they were doing an event here during Valentine's Day to sell like Valentine's bears with really cute lollipops that I got one for my daughter. I know there's an esports club that a student did a Mojo story on, which was really great. I'm also the co-chair of the women's advocacy group, and we've worked with there's a book club on campus that we worked with. So I think the offerings are so unique, so diverse. I think there's something for everyone, and that's really a big testament to RCBC of the variety and listening to what the students want and then providing that to them. So I think that's really a wonderful thing that they have here on campus.
Wow. So, Peter, you seem extremely outgoing. I assume you're involved in other clubs?
Oh, yes, very much so.
How important, and Brooke, you are very involved in your department. How important do you think extracurricular participation is for student success?
Very. Because getting involved in things like clubs, charity events, organizations, not only is it fun, it can teach you a bunch of different skills if you say, if you have a talent and you want to express it with other people, clubs are perfect for that. If you want to learn a new skill, clubs are perfect for that. Even if it's not something that is part of your major or you're not in any sort of class for that, they're perfect for anyone if you want to branch out, do something fun, learn something new. And I couldn't recommend it more to anybody.
Yeah, I certainly agree. I think what is really great about the clubs and extracurricular activities is it's the students' way to shine and find their niche outside of the classroom. Sometimes, we are all different learners, okay? And sometimes we're not outspoken maybe in class. Sometimes we are. Sometimes there's something we kind of want to go and learn about, but we're not really sure. So, hey, you want to maybe try out the chess club. You could try out the chess club. You might want to learn about filmmaking. Maybe you'd go and you check out the film club, but that might not be your major. But maybe you're a cybersecurity major and you go and you start hanging out with the film club and you're like, wow, I really love, being behind the camera, and I really love seeing it through a different lens. Maybe that's changing your career, or that's adding a skill to your career, right? Mm-hmm. So I think I think extracurriculars, clubs, and being a part of something different than maybe that what is the norm, or maybe something that's just adding to your academic success, is just really building on your college career and the career post being here at RCBC or in any college. So I think it's a really, positive thing to be involved in.
I love that. Also, we should emphasize that film club is open to all, not just
That
communication
right.
students.
Yes.
Yes. I want to make that message as clear as possible. Literally, if you are a person, that's all you need. And I feel like that's not hard to come by.
Yeah.
Just, bring yourself. You don't have to bring anything. You don't have to have any prior experience. You just got to say, I want to join the film club. Come right to our next meeting. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. If you see me or any of our other associates with film club and you want to come up to me, be like, hey, I want to join the film club. Please do that. I highly, highly request that.
That's a great PSA right there. I think we need to make that the PSA.
You're welcome.
Speaking of joining film club, could you each explain when you first got involved with the film club and why?
So this happened about like 2 semesters ago, where it was originally me, my co-president Kyle, and a former student here who doesn't go here anymore. We were like, we saw a bunch of other different clubs like the chess club and the music club, which was, I believe, still coming to be at that point. And we were like, hey, we all like films, Kyle, Tavon, you're both like making films. Peter, you like acting. Let's do this. And then we went to Adrian and we had a meeting and we're like, hey, let's get this done. And the rest is history.
Yeah, I want to say on RCBC's campus, they're very welcoming with new ideas and creating clubs and creating organizations that support students. I got involved in the film club. It kind of was a film appreciation club. Then it kind of changed and kind of got defunct a little. And then it came back to be a film club that was about relating to production and more technical and things like that. And I loved seeing my students were saying, I wrote a little mini script and they're looking to maybe produce it for me, or, we're shooting over the next 3 days and then we're going to edit. And it's really exciting to see students outside of the classroom. And again, like Peter said, students that aren't involved in any of my courses, seeing other students with this creativity and this, these beautiful ideas, trying to make it happen and come to life. And I think that's really nice. And then kind of helping them maybe go the next step and maybe putting a film course or a communications course into maybe as an elective, or they're changing their perspective of what they want to do maybe with their career. So it's really nice to see.
Peter, what has it been like being the vice president of Film Club? It seems like it has a lot of responsibilities. Can you elaborate more on that?
Yes, I can. So a lot of responsibilities were taken on by me. occasionally shared by, my president and our secretary. A lot of what I did as the vice president is I put in the meetings on campus labs, which you have no idea how it would bite me in the butt whenever I forgot. But I would also, be like the main voice of the meetings. Like, I would always be like, all right, let's not a meeting, let's start. I'd use like this booming voice that everyone says I have and just be like, hello, everybody, welcome. And that's a lot of what I do. And then I try to come up with plans of what we want to do, what events we eventually want to host, who wants to do what. I also try to take it upon me to just, try to get everyone engaged, and try to see that, everyone gets what they want out of this club.
And Brooke, would you mind going into your role as the advisor for the film club?
Sure. So I think what's really great about the clubs and organizations here are there is not so much hand-holding over what my job is over an advisor. I oversee what's happening, but really the students take charge. If they want to go do a field trip and they want to organize it, I'm there. I'm going to support it. I'm going to share it out with my students, wherever I can. If they say, we're interested in buying some equipment, we're going to try and get some funding. What do you think about XYZ? I give my input, which I have. But what I think is really great is the clubs are in the students' hands. Mm-hmm. And you can really create what you want to do with it. So the board that is in place now, if they're really I want to do a production from September to December, and then I want to start, editing, and this is what I want to do, or I want to kind of move it into doing, a different project or a different, themed event, they can do that. And I think that's really great. So I'm just there to kind of oversee if they have questions to answer. But I think one of the best things about the RCBC clubs and organizations is it's really in the students' hands and they can really make it what they want to do. Mm-hmm. And that's, I think, great.
And for any students listening, if you want to join the film club, it really is what you want to get out of it. So if you're interested in joining, I definitely encourage it. Peter, could you explain the basics of what the film club does on a weekly basis and its general goals for its members?
So on a weekly basis, we try, because we haven't had a meeting in a while, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to get a crew together because we have a short film that we want to have in mind. We're trying to get the script finished as soon as we can. And once we get that done, we can try and, gather some people who want to shoot it, who want to get casted to act in it, who want to, edit it. And so some other things we do is sometimes Kyle will go around just like film some man on the street things. And we did one video where it's like, hi, what's your favorite movie? And people got to go into detail about that. And that's really fun just to kind of get people involved, get something out there.
Could you elaborate on the different roles you can have while you're in film club being a part of making those short films?
Absolutely. So obviously there is an acting, you're on the camera, you're memorizing a script or going off of improvisation, which of course we wholeheartedly encourage. It can be a hilarious experience and sometimes even amazing. And there's also writing, if you want to write a screenplay or a story for it. There's editing, post-production. Once everything's shot, you can, rework it and finish it off. There's crew where you could be behind the camera, filming everything, getting these amazing shots. There's even, directing where you can tell the camera where to be, tell the actors what to do and when, and really make a short film come to life, essentially.
It's another thing. If you're worried about joining and you don't know what role maybe you fit into, there's a lot of different possibilities, and you have the time to figure out maybe what's best suited for you.
And honestly, if you just want to watch everything unfold, go ahead. If you want to just, be there in case we need help setting up, breaking down, Feel free. I encourage it. Go ahead.
There's always room for a PA on any set, I say.
Yes.
So that's
Always.
how, and if you're interested, I mean, that's just the thing, right? So maybe you're not sure if film club's for you, but come and just experience it. You know what I mean? Just oversee it, check it out, what's going on. Is it for you? And that's what's really nice and flexible about the clubs. You know what I mean? It's just whatever you want to put into it, you'll get out of it, and you can experience all the different clubs just by attending any of the meetings. And Campus Labs makes it really easy to see when there's meetings, if there's a meetup, free pizza, right? We always love that. But off of what Peter said, I had a student in one of my classes said, he's like, oh, I just published a book with a friend of mine on Amazon. I'm making it into a screenplay, and the film club was interested in possibly, filming it. And I was like, that's awesome. So and this student wasn't even an ETV student. The student was like a computer science major or something like that. So it's anybody that's interested in film. You could have been, you don't have to have any knowledge. And I think that's what's great, because it's a community there, just like it is on campus. It is in these clubs that they'll bring you in, they'll help you, they'll support you. And, it's a great way to meet friends and be active on campus.
So I love so much that both of you mentioned community and how welcoming you both are. So Peter, you have such an in-depth role in this club. What's your favorite memory?
Favorite memory of this club? That's a good question. I have so many candidates for it. Obviously the improv night, very big, top 3 easily. Because, everyone was just having fun. I was just giving people random roles and they were playing it in a very funny but also genuinely good way. There's also a meeting where, we had a bunch of people turn out last semester. We got to play some improv games. We got to suggest ideas for some 3-minute short films. Oh, all right. I know. All right. I just remembered my answer. We were filming a 1-minute short skit that someone wrote called a conversation between two goblins, where it was me and Kyle. We had green makeup, raggy clothing, and we put on these funny voices like and we were just, being stupid goblins, and it was great. I loved that.
Yeah, I feel like this is the perfect time to mention what you want to do with your future.
Oh,
he wants to dress up in like a goblin and do these really awesome videos.
That's my
cool.
dream.
It's great.
But for my future, I definitely want to go into acting, voice acting, maybe even theatrical acting, because, that's simply what I love doing whenever I'm, in front of a screen or simply acting out a scene. Like, I play a lot of D&D, and whenever I'm playing that, I'm always portraying the role over the top. So yeah, definitely acting is what I want to go into with my future.
And do you guys have any future goals for the film club?
We definitely want to. One of our biggest goals has been to film and create enough content so that one day we could have this big film festival in the auditorium where we put on the big screen everything we've achieved, that we've completed, and just have a big giant watch party. That's been the big goal ever since we started.
I think one of the things that I've been working with, Kyle and Peter, is to possibly do some trips to some facilities that we've been offered to actually go to, studios and things like that. But we'll get there. It's funding. It's a lot of scheduling, making sure students can go. All different times a day with schedules and things like that. But that's definitely something to do, to collaborate with my department and then all the other students for the film club. So I think that's a future goal. Not saying that I don't love building content in a film festival. I think that is an amazing goal. And I think, building enough content to have like a channel, or maybe do something in collaboration on social media for RCBC would be a really good goal for the film club, to create content. And that could just be a continuing basis. So yeah, I think there's a lot of great things and creative ideas that can come out of the film club, and that's what they need. So members, people that are listening, you have an idea, you're interested in coming out and supporting the film club, it would be a great way to do that.
I'm so excited for you. I love that both you have future goals with the real life experience, as well as just festivals in general sound so welcoming and encouraging to new students. So what would you tell a new student who's on the fence about joining the film club?
There's a spot for you. That's the only way I can put it. Like, if you're on the fence saying, oh, I wouldn't be able to do anything. Oh, I don't know. I'm not good at acting. I'm not good at writing. I'm not good at editing. Well, either one of us will be happy to teach you, or if you simply want to watch and figure, hey, I want to learn this skill, go right ahead. I'm not going to sit there and be like, you're not doing anything. No, I would never do that. I encourage anyone who is interested, even if you want to come by just to see what it's about, please do. I will be more than happy to, show you what we're all about. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be there. So I will be happy to have that conversation with you. Please, if you're any sort of interested, don't be shy. I'm not going to bite you. Just come by, see what we're about.
I think the overall motto, not just for all the clubs and organizations, but for RCBC as a whole, is all are welcome. So you want to come and try out the film club? All are welcome. You want to go try out the book club? All are welcome. You want to go do esports? All are welcome. So all are welcome. And again, you don't have to have any background knowledge. You don't have to have any kind of tech savvy, writing savvy. That can all be fostered in a group of great students and great people that are here on campus that are here to help you. We're all here to help you. All are welcome.
All right, you heard him. There is a role for everyone. There's a place for everyone. So if you're thinking about joining the film club, definitely check it out. I want to say thank you to our guests for being here today and our listeners for adventuring on the journey with us today as we explored the film club. More information on the film club can be found on your Barron One Account Student Clubs and Activities tile.
You can check out the Students' Choice podcast at rcbc.edu/students-choice or wherever you get your podcast.
Don't forget to tune in for future episodes. If you have any topics relating to student choices at RCBC, we'd like to hear from you.
I'm Abby Crawley.
And I'm Faith Ortega.
And remember, your choice.
Your voice,
Our
our
RCBC.
RCBC.